Hey everybody, and welcome to the Google Digital Garage. Today you'll be having the session ran on Get Your Business Visible on Google. And what's amazing about today, it is in partnership with Wenta. Before I go through the introduction, I'm just going to quickly introduce myself. My name is Joseph Kelly Muldoon. I've been working on this project now for a few years, about 5. Today moderating, we've got Zoe. Please feel free to introduce yourself, say hi, maybe what business you are, or just say hello and get involved in the chat. The more interaction we get, the better. It'll just make this session more customized to you. So I'm just going to read a quick introductory statement. So we are excited to be delivering this webinar and partnership today with Wenta, and we'll welcome all the guests that they have invited to join the Google Digital Garage training. I will now read out just a quick statement on behalf of Wenta before we get going. So what are Wenta? We are a leading non-profit social enterprise that has been supporting small businesses for over 37 years. We provide free business advice, free skills training webinars and workshops, as well as affordable workspace in locations across Herefordshire and Enfield. In response to COVID-19, we've developed a wide range of new webinars specifically designed for anyone considering self-employment as an option for them, or an existing small business owner looking to enhance their skills to rebuild or grow their business. We've partnered up with Google Digital Garage to provide this free Find Your Customers with Google Maps training session. Get your business visible on Google. So that's essentially what we're trying to do, is find our customers. Through our combined partnerships, we aim to help small businesses owners improve their digital presence and grow their business online. And do feel free to have a look at the website. If you could make sure it's in the link for us, Zoe, at wenta.co.uk. Here you'll find an absolute plethora of tools, links, and things that you'll be able to help boost your knowledge. And more importantly, as well, keep an eye out for the partnerships with the Google Digital Garage, because we're hoping to build this relationship so we can get as much as possible for the people of Herefordshire and Enfield who are trying to develop either themselves or their businesses. So let's kick into today's training. Before we kick off, just a little bit of technical sort of background checks. So first of all, at the top of the screen, approximately here, you're going to have your refresh button. So if you have any problems with audios or visual, or maybe it looks like I'm suddenly dubbed over myself and I'm talking like this, but what's coming out is not that, hit the refresh button. It should realign your audio and your video. Any additional problems, do jump in the chat and get hold of Zoe. And basically we'll do our best between us to get you back online, to get everything going. If you can't type in the chat, on the top right hand corner you've got sign in, and it could just mean you're not signed into your Google account. If you have a Google Workspace account, a education, a historic G Suite free account, or a Gmail account, you'll be able to log in the top right hand corner, and then you'll be able to get involved in the chat. Do feel free to ask questions. There's going to be 3 points throughout today's presentation where you can literally ask questions at any point, and then we will bring those questions up and answer them directly for you. So do feel free to put a context of your business in there. I'm a greengrocers in Herefordshire, trying to find a new audience. How would I do this? And then all of a sudden on that section, when we get to those 3 sections, I can answer that question directly. And you've got a perfect opportunity to get a more bespoke question answered rather than a generic one. So do feel free to get involved, and we would love to hear from all of you today. So if you've not already said hi, please do say hi. And throughout this presentation, ask as many questions as you can. So without any further ado, let's kick in. So how are we going to break down today's presentation? The presentation is going to be broken down into 3 different sections to make it bite-sizable. A bit like BBC Bite Size do. The whole concept is to make it so you can walk away with knowledge rather than confusion. The first stage is going to be understand how your customers find your business. You can't make your business more optimized if you don't understand the process that they may actually go through to find you. So we need to understand that first. Second of all, build your presence on Google Search and Maps. So then we're going to go a little bit into how you can do this, why you would do this, and different ways of doing this. And then last of all, you understand where your customers are. You understand how you can improve it. What can you do the extra little bit more? What extra mile can you do to optimize this? Because optimize is more about you've done the basics. What additional things can I now do? What tweaks can I do to improve the chances of me appearing higher on Google search results, or just more visuals on your business when people are searching the web. Before we start this, one thing to be massively appreciative of and get involved in is the one-to-one mentorings available from Google. So the first question is, are you a small business? Are you a charity based in the UK? If you're a small business based in Herefordshire or Enfield, you are in the UK. So luckily for you, this is perfect. Or if you know a small business or a charity in the local area, feel free to pass this information on. Go to g.co/UK mentoring, and then you'll be able to sign up for a free Google Digital Garage one-to-one mentoring with experts in the field who'll be able to answer your questions, who'll be able to give you advice. Just bear in mind, they're not there to fix your problems. They're not there to, what's the word I'm looking for? To say, for example, I'm really struggling setting up a shop. Get as far as you can as possible, and then go to them to seek advice and knowledge. Or if there are some little niggles, they might be able to help you with this. But please be aware that they're not there to fix your issues. They're there to help you develop and expand your knowledge for your website or for your business or your online presence. There's loads of different categories that you can choose from. You tick the relevant one that you'd like to get a one-to-one on, and then you'll be matched up with the relevant person who's got expertise in that field. So let's start looking at some solid metrics to, I suppose, why we would be on this presentation. So 3 out of 4 online customers use search a search engine to find a business. So that's why we're here, to actually look at well, how can we find our customers? Well, what are they doing? Well, first of all, 3 out of 4 of them use a search engine to do this. 82% are smartphone users, reportedly routinely conducting local mobile searches. So I know I drop into this category, but why do you think that is important? Why do you think we're bringing up mobile phones? It's not just because I want to talk about it and I love tech. It's the reason for that. Because you've got to also make sure that you are mobile optimized. You've got to make sure that you are available to be viewed, that your website, that your content works on the platforms that most people are searching for it on. So 82%. So basically, if you're going to round it up, most people to all people are searching on smartphones. So you've got to make sure that you're there to make sure your content works on smartphones. So how do customers find you? What I'd like you all to do is go onto your phones and in some way, manner that you choose, search for your pizza near you or a pizza. How would you search? Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo. What would you do to find pizza near you? For me, I would personally say on my phone, push the button and then say, hey, Google, and then say, where is the nearest pizza to me? And essentially,
pizza restaurants near you. The first one is Bianco Pizza and Coffee at 2 Hereford Street, Sale, Manchester. The second one is Piz Amor at 20 School Road, Sale.
So my Google Assistant would tell me, then I'd decide, actually, is this warranted information? Is this useful information? Then if it's local enough, I'd probably then go into my phone and say it. Either way, I get that information straight to me instantly. But for me, I would use the voice search function. What would be the method that you would do? Feel free to put this in the comments. Feel free to elaborate as your process. Because what we want to do here is understand what it is that people use. Do people say near me? Do people use their postcode? Do people say the town that they're from? So the interesting thing here is to start to understand what your customers do. Put yourself in their shoes. Because once you understand their shoes, you can write content for them. You can make sure that the content and the way that you're found matches up with your customers. So how do you search for that online product or service? What factors help you decide which listing to select? So if a few of you could get involved in this, so you've just searched, say, pizza near me, what do you then do? What makes you choose one at the top, halfway down, in the middle, at the bottom? What persuades you to click on one of those listings? So what factors would you say makes you go, oh, I'm choosing Pizza Amore, or I'm choosing Bianco's Pizzas? Why do you think people choose certain listings? So we've got a few people hopefully getting involved. 1 second. So we've got, I use searching pizza near me and it pulls up a list of local parlors. Good reviews. Yeah. So reviews are quite important. So when we're doing this, we need to consider reviews. We need to consider pictures. We need to consider, is the actual place active on Google Maps? Is that place active on social media? Does that place have a website? All of a sudden, all of these different factors feed into your stream of information that you then choose to actually pull this out. We've got here, I would choose a small independent business, not a chain. Sounds like you're my sort of person. Is it Costas? I'm the same. So I would actively avoid your Domino's, your Pizza Express, your any other chain pizza. Not because they're bad. Pizza parlors is chosen at your own choice. But to me, I always choose local. So it's that sort of thing when you start to merge all of these things into one and think about it for your business. Do you have all those things? Do you say you're local? Do you say that you've got good reviews? Have you got good reviews? What can we do about those reviews? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So the customer's journey online is essentially search, make a decision, engage. No matter who you are, if you phone the place up, if you go on the website, if you go on their delivery app, if you go on Uber, if you go on whatever, the process is always the same. So you've got to consider, say, for example, with your website, do you have the local area even mentioned? Is your address on there? How is that going to help with local searching if you don't tell people where you're based? So start to think of some of these things because your online journey that your customer takes is reflected on the search results. So why is search important? When we're thinking about search, it's that old age question of if you build it, they will come. Well, that is true. But the problem is that you need to be found. And if you're not doing the relevant things to be found, who will come? It's like if you built a amazing ice cream parlor in your garden and told nobody about it, why would they ever find you? Maybe your neighbors might, and it might start from there. But it's that sort of thought process. You can't just build things and expect it to go well. You need to spend the time you've built investing in the actual objects, the product, the service, the shop, the online shop, the consultancy, and think, well, I need to get people to know about this. And I've got the odd customer. So what can I do about this? So what we're going to do is just watch a quick video that's going to sort of explain how Google search works. And by watching this, it will develop your knowledge, which means then you'll probably understand greater than how I can explain it in the same amount of time, because this has been developed for you.
Every day, billions of people come here with questions about all kinds of things. Sometimes we even get questions about Google search itself, like how this whole thing actually works. And while this is a subject entire books have been written about, there's a good chance you're in the market for something a little more concise. So let's say it's getting close to dinner and you want a recipe for lasagna. You've probably seen this before, but let's go a little deeper. Since the beginning, back when the homepage looked like this, Google has been continuously mapping the web, hundreds of billions of pages, to create something called an index. Think of it as the giant library we look through whenever you do a search for lasagna or anything else. Now, the word lasagna shows up a lot on the web. Pages about the history of lasagna, articles by scientists whose last name happened to be lasagna, stuff other people might be looking for. But if you're hungry, randomly clicking through millions of links is no fun. This is where Google's ranking algorithms come into play. First, they try to understand what you're looking for, so they can be helpful even if you don't know exactly the right words to use or if your spelling is a little off. Then they sift through millions of possible matches in the index and automatically assemble a page that tries to put the most relevant information up top for you to choose from. Okay, now we have some results. But how did the algorithms actually decide what made it onto the first page? There are hundreds of factors that go into ranking search results, so let's talk about a few of them. You may already know that pages containing the words you search for are more likely to end up at the top. No surprise there. But the location of those words, like in the page's title or in an image's caption, those are factors too. There's a lot more to ranking than just words. Back when Google got started, we looked at how pages linked to each other to better understand what pages were about and how important and trustworthy they seemed. Today, linking is still an important factor. Another factor is location, where a search happens. Because if you happen to be in Ormea, Italy, you might be looking for information about their annual lasagna festival. But if you're in Omaha, Nebraska, you probably aren't. When a web page was uploaded is an important factor too. Pages published more recently often have more accurate information, especially in the case of a rapidly developing news story. Of course, not every site on the web is trying to be helpful. Just like with robocalls on your phone or spam in your email, there are a lot of sites that only exist to scam, and every day scammers upload millions more of them. So just because instantvirusdownload.net lists the words lasagna recipe 400 times, that doesn't mean it's going to help you make dinner. We spend a lot of time trying to stay one step ahead of tricks like these, making sure our algorithms can recognize scam sites and flag them before they make it to your search results page. So let's review. Billions of times a day, whenever someone searches for lasagna, or resume writing tips, or how to swaddle a baby, or anything else, Google software locates all the potentially relevant results on the web, removes all the spam, and ranks them based on hundreds of factors like keywords, links, location, and freshness. Okay, good time to take a breath. This last part is about how we make changes to search, and it's important. Since 1998, when Google went online, people seem to have found our results pretty helpful. But the web is always changing, and people are always searching for new things. In fact, 1 in every 7 searches is for something that's never been typed into the search box before, by anyone, ever. So we're always working on updates to search, thousands every year. Which brings up a big question. How do we decide whether a change is making search more helpful? Well, one of the ways we evaluate potential updates to search is by asking people like you. Every day, thousands of search quality raters look at samples of search results side by side, then give feedback about the relevance and reliability of the information. To make sure those evaluations are consistent, the raters follow a list of search quality evaluator guidelines. Think of them as our publicly available guide to what makes a good result good. Oh, and one last thing to remember. We use responses from raters to evaluate changes, but they don't directly impact how search results are ranked. So there you have it. Every time you click search, our algorithms are analyzing the meaning of the words in your search, matching them to the content on the web, understanding what content is most likely to be helpful and reliable, and then automatically putting it all together in a neatly organized page designed to get you the info you need. All in, 0.81 seconds? Wow. Anyone else ready for dinner? Interested in learning more? We've got a whole website dedicated to how search works. Just click right here.
So hopefully that gives you a bit more of an insight into, I suppose, how search works, how you come at the top, and a few of the factors we've already talked about. And this is hopefully going to give you sort of like the inclination, the knowledge, the confidence to start going further down this route. So now we've got a bit of an idea of what are the different factors that could actually affect this, like locality or relevance. It could be that we need to start digging into, well, are customers searching for my products or services online? So we can do this straight away by using a tool called Google Trends. So this is literally, I think it's either google.trends.com or trends.google.com. And literally, you're going to have that link in a second. Zoe will put it into the moderating doc, into the chat on the right-hand side. And then you'll be able to see these results on there. So what's great about this is you'll get a bit of an idea of, well, what is it that people are searching for? Are you a plumber? Are you a hairstylist? And then all of a sudden, you can start to get the results that are local to you. So you can start to see the popularity of these words. So straight away, you can start to see, actually, are these things that A, I should start a business doing? B, are these things that are relevant to my local area and the people that are searching for them? And what's amazing as well is you can compare results. So if you put the word plumbers near me and electricians near me, you can start to see maybe which one gets searched for more recently, or you can see what time of year is it more popular to have plumbers near me. And you will probably find that it spikes in the winter, because that's the more popular time because there's generally more issues. So it's about thinking which tools are going to be relevant for you to use. So we've not had any questions yet, but hopefully you've started to dig into your brains. You've started to open up and starting to understand some of this. So hopefully this will give you a few ideas of questions that you could ask that would be perfect for you and your business to expand. So what we need to do next is start to think about, well, what areas of Google, what areas can we actually make an impact on? So to do this, we need to understand a few more things. So first of all, at the top of Google, at the top of Bing, at the top of all search engines is a box. And you type in what is known as your search query into that box. So straight away, whatever you type in, may it be lasagna, may it be improve my cake recipe. All of a sudden, whatever you type in, like it said in that video, Google will go through an absolute monster amount of data, and then it'll return that result to you, in this case, in 0.72 seconds, out of a possible 4.18 million results, which is phenomenal when you actually think about it, the processing power there, the churn of the data. And then what it will return is an ad, usually at the top, which are paid for results. Again, you can pay to be at that point based on the relevancy of the search. Then you're going to have the organic listings, which come just below that. And these are results that I've got there because they've spent time developing some of the things that we're talking about today and some of the things that algorithmically Google is looking for. This doesn't happen overnight. When someone says, I'll get you at the top of Google overnight, it's near impossible, because to do all of these things takes time. It needs to prove that your website is relevant. It needs to prove that your website have got traffic. So there's loads more things than just I'm at the top of Google. Then on the right-hand side, you've got your business listing. This is your Google My Business or Google Business, depending on when you're talking about it from. So again, if someone types in your business name, someone types in something that is very relevant to your business name, or you are the most relevant result, it will come up on the right-hand side. And then you will have a little section for your business listing with your website, with directions to it, write a review, send a message, call buttons. So all of a sudden, if someone does want to get hold of your business, because someone said, oh, Joe, this is it Stasia's Bakery is absolutely amazing. Stasia's Bakery, 1 second. Ooh, I'll go on the website, have a look. Love this. I've got a 21st birthday coming up for my friend. Hit phone. Hi, can I try one of these cakes? Yes, you can. How much is it? The rest of it's history. But straight away, this is how people search. This is how people interact with listings. So these are the three areas that you could be found on Google: organic search, business listings, and paid search. So first of all, search engine optimization is the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic search engine results. So we don't just want a lot of people coming, we want relevant people coming. Because if someone comes to your website and leaves because it's the wrong website, because they've searched for something, you don't go to it relevantly, then straight away, the next person could do that. So the results might change for Google's search engine, depending on how other people interact with your content. So how do we optimize this for success? So first of all, run something called keyword research. So keyword research is discovering what words or phrases people are looking for when they are searching Google. So asking yourself that question, like the pizza one, pizza near me, pizza in my area, pizza in sale, pizza in M33. They're all things that I would search for in my local area. Have you got some of those on your website? Have you got some of those on your Google My Business listing? That's why they ask for your address. That's why your website could have that information on there. Because straight away, that's how you can link you to that local area, and then you become a local search result. Publish useful and high quality content. So the more high quality content that you've got that's useful, the more people are going to watch it. The more people are going to go back to that page. The more people are going to bookmark those pages, which then means you're going to have recurring traffic, returning traffic, and new traffic. Which straight away means your useful content is being used rather than just generic content that no one's watching. Google then rewards you because you are getting regular hits. You're getting a lot of people coming to your website and watching your videos or your content, because that means that it's relevant rather than no one's gone there in 3 years. Making your website search friendly means you might have to consider a few things. So, for example, looking at what titles are, looking up what metadata is, if you're using H1, H2 tags. Straight away, the title should have something that's relevant to your website or things that people are searching for. Your metadata, which if you've got something like WordPress, you could use something called like Yoast SEO, a really good tool just to plug in. And then you can see your metadata. It helps you with the score. It helps you with feedback. But making it search engine friendly means that when the bots go into your website, they can find the relevant information to return the answers to people's search queries. And that's why you need to run keyword research to see what people are typing, make content that is relevant to that, that's high quality, and more importantly, make web pages that are search friendly so that people searching for those results can find your web pages. And like it mentioned in the video, naming your images, having captions in your images means that the video or the image isn't just image 124442224 or WhatsApp -122444001 because you've just sent an image to someone to put on your website. Rename your images, spend time on your website, because the more time you spend on it, optimizing it, the better the results will be. So to give you a bit of an idea of this, you need to maybe understand as well user intent. So short tail keywords, if you're just looking for something, if you're just browsing the web because you're a bit bored or you've got 5 minutes, maybe you type in trainers, shoes for nurses, trail running shoes, because it's generic searches till you find what you want to go more deeply into. So all of a sudden, a short tail keyword doesn't have a lot of intent. Pizza, for example. What type of pizza? Where? How? What? Why? When? Doesn't say. But long tail keywords means you've got longer sections. It's got a tail to it. It's got some description. Best running shoes for flat feet. So not just running shoes, the best ones for flat feet. So your results are going to narrow down because you've got more keywords. Best trail running shoes for the winter, not summer, not Easter, not spring, not summer, Easter, whatever, all the different seasons, autumn. It's winter because it might need more grip because it's wet, because it's slippy. But straight away, the long tail keywords means that the user has thought about what they're searching in and then typed it in, which means the results are going to come back more accurately. Sort of like the lasagna concept. So what we can then do is, once we've got an idea of keywords, we can start to see, well, how many people have actually found us online? So do you have a website? If you have, do you know what Search Console is? And a little bit, Google Analytics. If you don't know what these are, please add them to your website. It will give you an absolute mammoth amount of information. So what can it do, first of all? It will tell you what keywords are bringing up your web pages. So first of all, you might not know. Second of all, it might be more useful to get more keywords like that. But then it will show you how many people have been to your webpage, how many people have converted, so click-through rate. So that means they've clicked on the link on Google and gone through to your website, and the average position you come up for that. So you can see here which days are more popular, how many people have come. This is amazing information to know that what you're doing is improving this. So doing weekly blogs should increase the amount of people finding you, because your content should be search friendly, should have more useful content, and find different keywords that are linking to your website. All of a sudden, you see that trend continuously improving because you're spending time continuously on your website. So local SEO is all about increasing search visibility for businesses that serve their communities face to face, because people want to talk to them, people want to go there. So here's your Google business listing. As you can see on the left-hand side, sorry about that, 1 second. There we go. As you can see on the left-hand side, you've got a phone, directions, share this listing, website. We've got a menu. We've got the opening times, ask a question to the owner, average reviews across the different things, across the different platforms, photos, about. So straight away, if I know nothing about this place, I can learn quite a lot with one screen, which is why it's created. And then if you're on a tablet or if you're on a phone, you can see why it's created, but you can also see where it is, which is a bit more information. But what's great about this is that this is you on Google. Google search comes up like this. Google Maps comes up like this. You've got Bing Business. You've got Bing search engine as well. They have similar things. So don't be afraid to put it across different platforms as well. And if you do go to Bing, it's amazing. You can literally just import your Google Maps listing in one click once you've signed up to Bing Webmaster Tools. So straight away, you've got your listing on there, which means people can share it, people can write reviews. When someone leaves and says, wow, that was the best pizza I've ever had, the most authentic Italian food since I went to Venice, since I went to somewhere else in Italy, struggle to think then. But straight away, what do you then do? You don't just go, thanks for that. Start getting into your mindset the idea of, it's so good to hear you enjoyed that. Would you mind leaving us a review? Yeah, of course I can. How do I do that? Oh, type in our business name or get a QR code on the wall. Get your Google Maps listing, search your URL above it. Get it so people can quickly get that information to leave you a review to make that part of the customer journey even easier. And then you can start to make it as part of your, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Would you mind scanning that QR code on the way out? It'd be great to hear your review online so other people can see what you thought about our restaurant. Really simple, authentic and honest. You're not trying to lie. You are literally just trying to say, help us out by writing us a review, but it'd be great to hear it online as well as in person. That now becomes 10 reviews, 50 reviews, 100 reviews. How many of you said before, what makes you choose a Google Maps listing? Good reviews. Make that process part of your email after you're thanking customers for buying it, built into your receipt process. Think of how you can get more reviews. So how can I even do this? So first of all, download the app. So if you go to the Google store or the iTunes store, you've got the Google My Business app. But more importantly, they're trying to move people to the online version, which is just business.com. Go onto there and basically add your business. It takes less than 10 minutes. If you're fast on a keyboard and you know your information, about 3 or 4 minutes. Once you've done this, you can then select what type of business you are, enter your information, and then you'll be sent a verification option. The most normal one is just send it via the post. So you say you're at a business, either delivering a product like a florist or a cafe, or you're a consultancy, and you live somewhere, you can get a postcard sent to your house from Google, which is quite cool. And then it's got a 4 or 6 digit code in it, possibly 5. And then you open that and you type it into your listing. And from that point onwards, it's available online. If you are a business or a consultancy business, more importantly, and you don't have a location or you don't want people to know where you live, you can just serve an area via postcodes that are your local postcodes or via areas in the country. So you could do England, United Kingdom, Wales, Northwest, Manchester, Sale, depending on how small and deep and niche you want to go. Once you've entered this and you've verified it, well done. You've got an extra space on Google. You've got an extra listing that you can be found on with all the information that you need. Add images of your products, add images of your services, add as much information on here as possible, because the more information on here, the less questions you get. The less questions you get, the quicker the customer journey is. Do you serve vegan foods? Add it in the question, do we serve vegan food? Yes. If you see a V on the menu in green, it means it's vegan. 100%. We have checked and tested all our recipes for this. Hope you enjoy them. Do you serve vegetarian options? Yes. Anything with a orange V is vegetarian. We've not got the entire menu at this, but we've done our best to do as much as we can for the community. Again, you've answered the question, which means they don't have to then ring you or message you. So it's about providing some of the answers, expecting the user journey to optimize their particular path, to optimize their particular journey. And more importantly, show people when you're active. So update your business information. What was it this weekend that happened on Monday and Friday? What did most of us probably not do? I imagine go to work. I imagine you had some time off because we had a double bank holiday. So Friday and Monday we had off. The amount of takeaways, the amount of shops that, fair play to them, businesses shut during bank holidays, but then don't update their Google My Business. The takeaways that open on a Monday because they know they're going to be busier because it's a bank holiday, but they don't update their listing, so people don't ring them. So update your information as much as you can. Add photos of your business and your team. A really good example of this was when I once went to Wales. I had an afternoon tea in the Christmas season before children, and it was a really cute red themed little Santa hats on things. And one of the reasons I went there was because I went onto Google. I typed in afternoon tea near me, and I was in Wales. I think it was Prestatyn. This cute little hotel came up. The pictures were seasonal, recently Christmas seasonal, and it had a gorgeous little picture of an afternoon tea that was Christmas themed. I thought, that'll do me. Rang them up, booked it, went there within the hour. A few years later, I thought, oh, I wonder if they do a different afternoon tea in the summer. And it was the same pictures what I saw the few years before from the Christmas one. So what would that do for you? If you saw a Christmas afternoon tea in the middle of summer and you're looking for a nice, fresh afternoon tea, maybe with a Bucks Fizz, maybe with a bit of fruit, maybe with some kumquat, maybe with some like horseradish and beef butties. But instead, you've got turkey and stuffing, you've got Christmas pudding. What will you probably do if you see those pictures? Will it make you want a random Christmas afternoon tea? Or will it show that that business is not keeping up to date? Will it show that that business isn't keeping its Google My Business listing relevant? So straight away, I was turned off. I went, well, I'm not going to go there again. I'm going to find somewhere else. So because they didn't update their content, people didn't get update information. Up-to-date information is what people want, relevant information. Again, I've been to a business once for lunch, got there, it was closed. The Google My Business thing said it was open. Bad experience. Did I go back there again? No. So think about what the user experience would be if you didn't update this information. Feel free to spend a little bit of extra time, maybe making a virtual tour. You can do this for free. You can get partners of Google to do this as well. If you go onto Google Maps and then you use Google Street View, there's a little camera you can use and it does a 360 sphere picture of everything. You could then import that into your Google Maps and then someone can have a look around your shop, your office space, where you are, maybe your field, maybe your workshop, to give them a bit more insight, to give them a bit more flavor of what your business has to offer. And always respond to the reviews, good or bad. So, for example, there's a local electricians that I work with, and they had a review that said, we really weren't happy with you. Our wedding ring went missing when you were there. The police came, they checked them all. Anyway, a few months later, the man came in and said, oh, I'm so sorry about that. We found the wedding ring under the sofa a few days later. They obviously weren't happy they'd been accused and everything, but he left a review that they never responded to, that they never got taken down. So for 7 years before I got involved, that review looked, questionable at best, if it's true or not. But the thing is that they never responded to that review. They never got extra reviews. So they had a 1-star rating for years. But now they ask regular reviews from customers. They had a good service. Could you leave a review? Show them how to do it. Have a QR code. Send them an email afterwards with a receipt with a review on there. So they can click on the link and it goes through to it. Don't be afraid to ask your customers to write reviews. This is the sort of thing that then means you go from a 1-star to a 5-star to 25 stars of 5 stars to the average score of 4.7 over 100 customers. And now which place are you going to use? The one that's got 1 star or the one that's got 5-star with 100 customers? Simple answers. But respond to those reviews with their name. Thanks, Joe, for leaving that review. So glad you really enjoyed the pizza with your family. Hope to see you again soon. Kind regards, Pizza Amore. But all of a sudden, you've mentioned the word pizza. You could put the local area in there by saying their name. You're making it a bit personal rather than the same generic content over and over again. Most places just do, thanks for your review. Oh, that's great that I've just spent 5 minutes of my life for you to just put thanks. Just spend an extra minute making that review response good. If you get a bad review, spend that extra little bit of time to respond to that bad review. I'm so sorry to hear you had this customer service. Could you inform me what meal you ordered and maybe please email me to this address, get it offline so it's not a backwards and forwards on your reviews, explain the situation and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. All of a sudden, you're doing that honest and active thing. If you've got one star review saying a mouse was in your restaurant and 55 5-star reviews, people can use their own common sense to work out, is it true? What did they do about it? But most importantly, the rest of the reviews negate that review. So spend time asking for this. So search engine marketing, so SEM, is using paid advertising to ensure that your business, products or services are visible in search engine results pages. So here it comes up where you can search, where your search ads appear. So your search query is at the top. Just below that is your ads. And in the shopping channel, you can have ads as well. But this now means you come above all the other listings. It's about relevancy. It's not just pay to be at the top. If there's other ads that answer that question marginally better, you may appear there, depending on how good your ad is, depending on how expensive it might be versus another ad. So spend that time on this. And if you go to the Google Ads training platform that Google provide, just Google Google Ads Training Digital Garage, and you'll get a link to that hopefully as well, if you could do. Much appreciated, Zoe. And that will give you a way of learning how to do Google Ads. So what you need to do is create a campaign in Google Ads, pick the right keywords. So what are people typing in? I'm going to use those words in my title, in my description, on the pages that it actually lands on. But write that compelling ad. If you're a pizza restaurant and you've got best pizza in sale, best pizza near me, your pizza ad should say the best pizza, fresh, delivered to your door. Not the most okay pizza, should get to your door in 25 minutes minimum, possibly an hour. So think what somebody wants to read. If they're typing in authentic pizza, your ad can be an ad with the word authentic pizza in it, not buy one, get one free. If your ad is saying cheap pizza near me, you might put cheapest pizzas in town, buy one, get one free on our speciality menu. So it's only a small list of pizzas that are buy one, get one free because maybe not as expensive. But you've started to change your ads to suit your audiences. So once you understand who your different audiences are, you can now understand which keywords they will all use. Once you understand the keywords they're using, make ads that match their keywords and write compelling ads. And then when they land on the page that you want them to land on, make sure that page is also optimized for what they're looking for. So we've had another question section. We've not had many questions yet, but I'm hoping by the end of this, we get a few more questions come through. It'll be great to see you asking questions. It'll be great to see some questions around this. If you need a hand with some of this, if you want to sort of niche some of these questions down, be much appreciated. So how can we optimize on different devices? So one of the things you can do for this is go to g.co/test my site. Zoe, if you could put that in the little chat, I know you will. And put that on your, just click on that link now. Save it in your favorites. Make a note of it if you're doing this physically. By putting this link somewhere means that at one point you can put your website in there. And what it'll do, it'll tell you how quickly your website loads. It'll tell you what your website is like versus the average other websites in your particular type of website. So like small business or retail outlet. And it'll compare you to the others to see how well you're doing. So once you've typed in your website, it will give you actual feedback. You can then hit view my site, and then it will show you what your site looks like on mobile. Then it will give you the fixes that you could do. So it's not just looking at something and going, great, it loads in 4 seconds, it's slow, it's fast. It will then tell you, actually, here's the top fixes that I suggest that you can do. And it'll explain what these fixes are with titles and then go into detail with the descriptions. And then what's even better, you can then hit get my free report. It'll ask you for an email address, obviously, and send you a much bigger, more in-depth report for your entire website, sent straight to your email. And then it will actually give you in-depth feedback about your website that you can action, that you can spend time doing, which will increase your visibility online. So what we'd recommend doing as well, if you've not done already, if you haven't got a Google My Business listing, first of all, you can claim one so other people can make your business. So if you've got locals who love your business, they could just say there's a new cafe open. It's something called Google Guides. I often do it in my local area to help local businesses. I'll get the menu, I'll sit in there and I'll add to Google And then I'll just say to them, if you claim that business, they'll send you a postcard in a few days. You'll now be able to do this. And like, oh, I've never heard of that. And that's just my good deed for the day. But you can do this for your own business, like I mentioned before, very quickly. So you can edit your details, add and change photos, products, seasonal products, what things you're doing regularly, maybe images of different events that you're at to show that you're actively doing things. Respond to reviews, respond to content that people are typing. If customers leave reviews, respond to it. If customers add pictures, respond to the picture. It's great to see you've sat at the kitchen table with your whole family with our amazing curry. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks, the name of the business. Ad manager. So again, you can even add managers. You can even add other people. So if you're not tech savvy, sign up to the business and you can delegate access to your son, your daughter, your business partner, someone that works for you, and say, can you keep this up to date, please? And just check it once a month for new content and just keep us up to date on offers and things that we're doing. Give them an extra bit of time. Don't expect them to do this in their own time. And say, right, once a week, I'm going to give you an hour to do this. So spend time doing this. Other things to possibly check out is, I don't have a website. That's fine. You can get a free website from Google. So if you go to sites.google.com or your company, so if you go to sites.google.com, you'll go to Google Sites, or just type in Google Sites. The free website will be your company name, so joesbusiness.business.sites. So it's a really easy thing to do. And it's got a website builder on there. It's got templates. It'll pull it from your Google My Business. You can either do it from Google Sites, or if you're really not sure, go to your Google My Business and go down to website, and it'll pull all of this information, pictures, images, phone number, bits and bobs around your Google Sites, and drag it into a website automatically for you. Totally for free and hosted online. So just think about this when you're doing this, because this is one of the things that you could have totally for free to give your business an actual website. So then how can we optimize your listing? So spend the time looking at the different options. So we've got opening hours. So you can add your opening hours. You can open and close on certain days. You can add certain days. So this is relevant when it comes to your bank holidays. This is relevant when it comes to maybe you're finishing early one day because you're going away. Maybe you're shut for a week. What are things that you could do with Google My Business if you were shut for a week? Just to make sure that customers know. So have a think about the different options that we've got on here. What is a process that you could do just to make sure your customers know that you are shut, and a legitimate reason why? For example, there's a local cafe to me that my friends and I go to most Fridays. All of a sudden, they were refurbishing the place. It was closed. It still is closed. They never told us. They never said what they were doing. They didn't have to tell us. But they could have gone on Google My Business and updated it. They could have closed all the times, posted a post, so a business post from Google saying, hey, everyone, so sorry, we're going to have to close the business for a while. We're doing a brand new refurb. Don't worry, we're going to be back soon. We're going to be back bigger. We're going to be back better with brand new tables and chairs, a new menu, and a new burst of life into what is already our successful business. But all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Instead, for the last 6 weeks, every week when I meet the school friends that I used to work with, I look at the cafe and we go to the next cafe along. And are we going to go back? We don't know. But if they updated that, we'd know about it. Instead, we're only assuming that that's what they're doing because they keep moving stuff. There seems to be some new tables and chairs. But Google My Business could have been the answer to that question. Just update it on a regular basis to keep your customers up to date on what is happening. Because otherwise, people leave bad reviews. I've been to this cafe 3 times in the last 2 months, and every time I've been, it's been shut. 1 star. Used to go to this cafe loads, have just changed my review because I keep trying to go and it's been shut. 1 star. A new customer. I live local to Sale, try to find a local cafe because I support local businesses. It's never open anymore, but it says it's open on Google all the time. It says it's open on the website all the time, on Yelp, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. It says it's open, but for some reason it's not open. 1 star. all of a sudden, because of one 5-minute bit of admin, you could get 5, 6, 10, 12 one-star reviews. I know once I went well out of my way for a business to go there because I was excited because it was a sourdough business. And when I got there, it was closed. And I literally spent 25 minutes driving there and I did not go back. I did message them and then they actually did update their hours. But it's that sort of small thing that can make a big difference. And reply to your reviews to get trusted feedback from your people. So use posts to tell the customers what's new as well. So it might not just be that I'm closing for a while. It could be brand new cake brought in today, made from a local bakery, almond and buttercream, as requested by a lot of our customers. Can't wait to see you all having a piece of cake with us. Anyone that suggested it in the suggestions box will get a free piece of cake. All of a sudden, people are like, oh, they've got a new cake, or we've started doing lunchtime meals. We've started doing evening meals. We've started doing ordering online. All of a sudden, these are all brand new things that beforehand people may not have known about. If people just pop into your cafe and order a coffee because they didn't know that you did food, you're going to talk to them. But in your busy times, have you got time to do that? This could be a really easy way of just going, we've started doing food in the afternoon, click here to order in advance, and you can collect it to make your queuing even shorter. There might be a queue all the way out the door every day, or someone can order in advance. You can make the sandwich when you're not as busy, put it in the pile, name tag on it. Joe, there it is. Brilliant. Already paid? Yeah, paid online. Brilliant. See you in a bit. But all of a sudden, these posts could be really quick and easy ways of doing this. And again, they take 5 minutes. Like Facebook, like Instagram, make these attractive. Have a look at tools like Canva. You can get a free Canva account that lets you create posts for Google My Business, lets you make banners, lets you make the right ratios and dimensions for each tool that you're using so that the cake is perfectly in picture. So that your thing saying buy one, get one free on all of our sourdough breads this weekend, the buy one, get one free is in the middle, not to the side, not cut off at the bottom. So spend time playing with these tools and update your customers with posts that are not only informative, that are attractive, that have call to actions. You can see here, book now or book and then sign up. Things that make people want to click on it rather than just read about it. And then you can make sure that your offers, special promotions, and all your potential customers know about the content that you're posting. Another great thing about this is the more people that go onto Google Maps, the more people that use it, the more data you get. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. It will show you how many people have gone directly to your business, which means they've typed in your business name into Google. So you now know that out of 39,000, say it was 30,000 people, about just over a third, so 10,000 people typed in your business name directly. And it means that other people have found you on maps but not chosen you or not interacted with you. But what's great about this is this now means that you can start to see, well, what else can I find out here? The average amount of visitors every month that click on your Google Maps listing, see it slightly increase every month when you start doing this. It'll tell you how many people ring at certain times. So if you're a takeaway, you know that you're busy on a Saturday. You know that you're busy at a certain time. Why not get someone for those 2 hours to answer the phones so you can have 2 people answering the phone so you lose less customers? It'll tell you which postcodes are ringing you, which postcodes are interacting. So again, another tool that's going to give you a massive amount of information to walk away with that is totally free. Just because you made a Google Maps listing. There's a loads of different information that you can use here. But what's amazing is it gives you this information for free. It takes 5 minutes to make, and it's something that your business could massively benefit from. And essentially, the more digital marketing insights that you have, the less gut instincts that you're going to make. If you make gut instincts every day, yes, you know your business well. Yes, you know what you've done for the last 5 years. But gut instinct can help make a decision, but data from the insights can prove that decision. So don't assume things, think about things and think, how can I guarantee or improve the chances of this decision? Use data. So Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you've got insights in the background. Google My Business, you've got insights in the background. A website, you've got Google Analytics, insights in the background. It'll tell you actual data that you can use as reference points. So do we have any more questions? Oh, we do. How can you drive customers who visit your Google My Business listing? So making sure you've got a logo, making sure that you're regularly getting reviews means you're relevant, means you're improving your reviews, adding updates quite regularly, making sure your phone number is up to date. Turn on some of the more advanced features like send a message. So customer messages, because it might be that some people have different preferences. So for example, when it comes to curry, before Uber Eats, Deliveroo, Just Eat, Order Yo-Yo, all the different ones existed, I was the person that ordered every curry, every pizza, every chippy, because my missus does not like talking to people on the phone. But then they came out. She could then go on the app, she could go on the website, she could send them a message without physically talking to someone, which then means you are increasing the chance of a conversion. So making sure your logo's there, making sure your images are crystal clear, adding options to your menu for cafes, adding options or pictures to services that you offer so that people can see what you offer and images that represent that. But most importantly, regularly updating it, making it semi-seasonal, adding your staff, adding the places that you've done, adding examples of work, adding case studies to it so that people can click on it and then go to the part of your website with it on. So all of a sudden, they've got the full picture to give them a chance of making an informed decision. So by driving customers means you're merely nurturing your Google My Business. Just go through all the options and just keep them up to date and make sure the information is always accurate, because then you'll be rewarded because people will not get misinformed and people will know when, how, and what they need to do to get the relevant information from your Google My Business to reduce the customer's journey. Hopefully that's not a small, a full answer to that question. So what can we do next, people? So if you've not already, make a note, click on the link that's going to be provided in the chat. If you're a small business, if you're a charity and you want to learn and you want to increase the chances of your business converting, getting better donations, understanding a different area of digital, go to g.co/UK mentoring. And here you'll be able to get one-to-one sessions totally for free with the Google Digital Garage. These are mentoring sessions that you can get for your business or charity or someone that you know. Tell them about it. Totally free, an amazing tool to walk away with. How do I add Q&A on Google My Business? So in the Google My Business, you'll go down, I think it's the right-hand side. And then once you're in the Google My Business listing, I'm just trying to do this on the fly with my Google My Business. 1 second. I think it's got a section that basically says, I think it actually says Q&A. 1 second. Reviews, insights, info. It can depend on what your business type is. So if your business type is a certain type of business, sometimes the options do not come up. But for cafes and most things, it has the option for Q&A. Off the top of my head, just because I've not got it in front of me, I don't have that answer to hand. But essentially, it's a Q&A section. So questions. I know there's a takeaway that I work with has it. And it's on the left-hand side when you go in the Google My Business. And you can essentially answer questions that you want people to be able to see answers to. So apologies for the sort of vagueness there, but it does definitely exist. Otherwise, thank you so much, everyone, for turning up. Like I said before, please do give us feedback. Please do ask your customers for feedback. Go to goo.gul/digital garage feedback, and we'll see you again at the Google Digital Garage. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for partnering up today with us. It's been great and much appreciated to be with Wenta. And please do go to their website. Goodbye, all.